We need to talk.
Virginia Allen,
Present.
Diana Gore,
Here.
Nancy Moldenauer,
Here.
Dennis Carroll,
Present.
Melody Haynes,
Here.
Mary Ellen Quinn,
Here.
Marty Corley,
Present.
Abigail May is not here, Tyra is not here. So 3 for 5, we have a quorum. Carl Riddle is here, Larry Arness is here, Pat Harris is not here yet, although she said she was coming. So we do have a quorum, Nancy.
Thank you, Larry. I'd like to call for approval of the minutes.
Actually, I have one correction. In the area, I think under fund. Excuse me. It was under fundraising. Yeah. It says Marty Corley reported that he is waiting on 145 for the painting project. It was a $125 that we reported that we made for that project. So we were receiving $125 that we made for the project.
So it needs to be corrected.
Yeah,
From 145 to
yeah, that was-
125.
Yeah, that we made, not reported that we were waiting to be receiving.
We made.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the correction will stand. Marty Corley reported that we made $125 for the painting project.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Marty.
Thank you.
Are there any other corrections?
Yes. I have a correction on the name. I stated under new business that it was Mr. Lane was Chris Lane, and actually his brother had went through the James Lane III is the name that actually went through the Indiana plan. In the fifth line.
Are you under new business?
Yeah, I said that Chris Lane had participated in, completed the Indiana plan. That should be James Lane III.
So where are you reading from?
New business, line 3.
New business, line 3. So it should be James,
Yeah, there should be that.
and the name is,
It's James Lane III participated.
So should all those Christophers be James?
No.
Just
that.
There's just the one there. Okay, thank you. Okay, any other corrections to the minutes? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Marty. Second?
I second.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. Okay, the minutes have been approved.
Let's go back up to vote, the motion second.
Oh, thank you. Okay, all approved?
Aye. Opposed.
Any opposed?
Motion carried.
Motion carried. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Finance report?
So I passed around the treasurer's report. As you can see, if you look towards the end, there's 3 new subtractions, which we actually talked about at the last meeting. There are pending payments at that point. But for the reimbursement for the consortium travel mileage for Larry and Mrs. Gore was $174 a piece, and then $200 for the MC Fest sponsorship. So that leaves an ending balance of $6,469.75. Any questions?
Okay, do I have a motion to accept the finance report?
Motion to accept.
Second. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Finance report passes. Executive Director's report?
I have, during the month of July, I processed 9 cases, EEO cases this month, adding to our additional 4 for a total of 13. And the common element I'm starting to see now is that 6 of those 9 new case filings are for Michigan City residents who actually work outside of the city limits. So it seems to be as we go outside, our residents going out for work, they're encountering situations that they are concerned about. I don't have anything else to add.
Is that everything? Okay. Staff attorney's report, please.
Yeah, I really don't have I have no report. I did look at the, other than to say I did look at the landlord-tenant ordinance, proposed ordinance, and it looks like it's the same one that they had in South Bend, and they've had it in South Bend for several years. So Carl, your thinking is that it needs to be stronger? Is that your?
I would like to see the fact that there has been at least 3 cases that have been presented to our office where individuals have brought complaints to the attention of the code inspection department, my office, and in turn those individuals have been evicted, and in my view wrongly, rather than fix some things. In one case, an individual, they missed a court date, so they lost by default. And because they had a legitimate complaint, because they had defaulted, all the judge wanted to know was, had they paid the rent? So they wound up getting an eviction on their file, unfairly in my mind. So, and there's been other instances where legitimate complaints. And I think there's an issue where there needs to be some protection afforded in the ordinance to individuals to prevent retaliatory evictions. It is real, it does occur. So perhaps some people will think about that. But as of yet, in the workshops they had, none of that has come to the table.
We do get a lot of conditions complaints that come in, and as it currently stands under our ordinances, we can't do anything with
Precisely.
that. So I do think that the proposed ordinance is a step in the right direction. It doesn't. You're right. It doesn't really include anything for warranty of habitability of the property. And my only other concern was that what happens if somebody does. If the property is found to be in violation and fines are imposed, are you going to just boot those people out on the street? Where are they going to go? So, and I've heard that argument that, well, it's better than nothing, even if someplace it's substandard, but some provision has to be made for what happens if somebody's booted out. But I like it. I like the ordinance, and I think it will at least relieve some of our people contact. At least there's some place we could send people, as opposed to legal services in South Bend, who they probably can't help them just because they're so overworked. So it's, I think it's a step in the right direction. Hopefully we'll see what happens. But that's all that I have. I was just commenting on reading in the ordinance and reading the law review articles. So.
Okay. And Don, this is being voted on this evening, is that correct?
Pardon?
This is being voted on this evening, or it's the second reading tonight?
Tonight's second reading.
Okay. Did you want to say something about this since it's a city council ordinance?
Not really. I just want to hear what the other folks have to say and the public and landlords have to say. And, right now I have a position in my mind, but I don't want to discuss that here.
Sure, understood. Okay, any of the commissioners wanted to add to the conversation? Okay, thank you very much, Larry. Okay, the SSAAM Commission report from Pastor Carroll.
On the SAMS Commission, we had the barber shop talks are going to be coming up Saturday, August the 17th at 12 p.m. At Cruton Barber and Beauty Shop at 1608 East Michigan Boulevard. Speaking about child support and other things. if you need questions, how can I apply and how to do it? Merry Christmas, Brother Latanya. Troutman, 210-318-8148. And her cell number is 219-243-4724. And so that will be, once again, Saturday, August the 17th at 12 p.m. I had some flyers, but on the way here, I gave out 4 of them. So they had what I had. And I gave them out on the street as they were walking down here, me coming here. So anyway, I don't have the flyers, but you have the information. And also, the Drug-Free Partnership breakfast was Wednesday, June the 5th, but it meets again on the first Wednesday of the month in August. Right now, I don't think we have what date for August. At least I don't have it right here. There was no July meeting due to the holiday. Lester Norville reported deaths in Eastport are a real problem. And last week there was a death in Eastport. The problem needs to be addressed. And this is very concerning to all. And so at this point, that is my report for SAMS.
Thank you, Pastor Carroll. Okay, if we can move on to the executive committee reports, please. The executive committee, I don't believe there is any special.
You know what, we did work on, on the executive committee, but finance committee, we did work on the budget, and I apologize that that I did not have that for this meeting. I will have it for the next meeting for sure. Something else forgetting.
Thank you, Mary. It's okay.
On top of everything.
Okay, special events committee, Mary Ellen?
I don't have a report per se, however, I would like to bring it to the attention of the commission, even though most of them aren't here, or we're down in our numbers. We really seriously need to start thinking about tweaking our annual dinner/luncheon. I would like some new ideas from everyone. Everyone that has something to contribute is valuable. I think it's just getting a little tired what we've done for several years. So I'm going to be asking you to bring your best ideas next month to the table, and perhaps we could have a small meeting immediately after our meeting and get this going. So I thank you in advance for your creativity and ideas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Scholarship committee, Marty?
Nothing to report as of now.
Okay,
We'll get back at that later.
okay, and the fundraising committee?
Again, we actually met, we gave some new ideas. Again, I have that next meeting, I'm sorry. Unless you can remember what we did talk
No,
about.
because I thought
I left my notes
I
out.
did too.
And I didn't type them up, so I'm sorry.
Education committee, Abby's not here, so is anybody else present from that committee? Okay, governance, nothing with that. Martin Luther King committee, Tyra indicated she would not be here today. And then PFLAG, I can make an announcement for our next meeting. PFLAG, which in the past has stood for Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays, is for everybody in the LGBTQ community, plus all of the allies and supporters. Our meetings happen the fourth Thursday of the month, so the next one is happening on August 22nd at 6:30 p.m. It will be at the Art Space Artist Lofts at 717 Franklin Street in the Uptown Arts District in Michigan City. Since this is the beginning of the school year, a lot of parents and students have great concerns regarding bullying, so that will be the topic of the meeting. So we welcome everybody to be there who has ideas as far as how to support and protect our LGBTQ students, and also to give their parents ideas of how they can be supportive of their children also in the school setting. Okay, that's PFLAG. Okay, we're moving on to old business. And I don't know if this comes under old business or new business, but I finally got the letter from the president of PFLAG for the $200 that was already approved in the budget. So Carl, this is the letter, and I believe we need to take a vote on that, so that,
That's already paid.
no, the
The two-
one that's paid is for the Pride
Oh, fine,
Committee.
okay, okay.
That was for the Pride event. So this is for PFLAG. That was in the budget also. That's for educational materials, for outreach, for pamphlets, for tabling at events, for spreading the word, basically. Okay?
So we approved it in the budget, but the city wants a motion and second, and so it was $200, is that?
Yes, it's $200, yes. So would somebody make the motion for that, please?
I'll make the motion that we pay the $200 to PFLAG for educational purposes.
I second.
Okay, thank you. And any discussion? Okay, let's take a vote. How many are in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, it passes. Thank you. Any other old business?
I would be, Carl, do we have any status on the potential new commissioners?
Don's one on the agenda for the night, for our recommendation.
Yeah,
Because we're down.
yeah,
at
to
least
take Sharon Wright's.
Yeah.
We
We have one on the agenda.
One on the agenda tonight, okay.
Yes, there is one here.
So how many are we down at this
Three.
point? Three. Okay.
Yeah, Miss Judy Lang. That's a FYI.
Okay.
So she won't be appointed tonight, but she'll be appointed, to next meeting, because we have to vote on it.
Do you know anything about the other two then, Carl?
No.
I think I know Judy Lane, but I'm not sure.
That's
Yeah, I think I know.
Kim Lang's. This is what, her husband's a teacher at high school.
Yeah, I know Judy Lane,
Yeah.
I know Judy Lane.
Hey, Carl, question?
Yes, sir.
Are there more than just Miss Judy Lang that are interested in being on the Human Rights Commission, or?
There were some names that were, recommendations that were submitted at the request of Joanne, but they have not been, the mayor has not made a
Okay.
decision.
So this is one he's
Yes.
recommended. Okay.
That's right, at the last meeting, remember she said she had somebody who she thought might be really good. But yeah, the mayor has to appoint and then the city council has to approve, so that's the process.
Okay.
But good, at least we're moving, so any additional members will help.
Good. Any other new business?
Oh, I got old business still. Don't
Oh, I'm
forget,
sorry.
what's today, 6th? I think tomorrow is our fundraiser, the 7th, at Five Guys.
And what's the story?
It's all day long. You bring in either, I think they take a digital copy or either a physical copy of the flyer, and we would get 20%. Is it 20% on orders, and then if you get a milkshake, it's
It's a
$1.
dollar extra.
Did you send the flyer? I'm
I
sorry.
will. I'll
Okay,
email
great.
everybody again.
Thank you,
I'm sorry, I'm
thank you,
thinking-
Marty.
You can actually just go in and tell them.
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
For the Human Rights
Yeah.
Commission.
Okay, then
Yes,
it's easier.
you can just
Get a
go in
dollar
and
if you get a
verbally tell
milkshake.
them. So that makes it easy. So that's from what time to what time?
It's all day.
It's
All
20% if you
day,
get a meal.
okay.
Yup, it's 20% off your meal, and then we get 20%. We get 20% back off per meal,
Yeah.
and then we get $1 back for every milkshake.
Oh.
So this is really an easy one, actually.
Yeah, let's all go.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's all go for lunch. Do that.
Dinner. I'm not
I
cooking.
did.
Five Guys.
I'm busy in the evening.
Okay.
Okay, thank you,
Try
Marty.
hamburgers, don't you?
Alright.
Got a milkshake, honey.
Five Guys.
Okay, new business?
I don't know if it's new business, old business. I'm still waiting for, at the last meeting, Joanne had talked about the marketing stuff. She had looked at, and I was gonna get a logo
Oh,
Right,
right,
yeah.
for
right.
the vinyl sign and tablecloth. So I sent something to Reaper Graphics The guy who responded, I don't think he really realized I was looking for a quote. When I sent him what she had got from whatever the place was, and he was like, "We can't beat that." I'm like, "I'm not asking you if you can beat it. I just want a quote to see what you can." I know they're not going to be able to beat that company because they do a lot of, you know. No, it's an online company. It's you would know if I say their name, you would know because you see the commercials. But
Yeah.
so I'm still waiting. I think I'm gonna have to go in there and talk to Kevin and just kind of like say, "Look, this is what I'm looking for. Give me a quote so I can bring back and we can decide what we want to do."
Okay, good, Marty.
But I still think it would be our best interest to
go
buy local.
local.
Absolutely.
No matter if
I
it is,
agree.
if it's not,
Right.
even if it's not the savings that the other company could save, I still think we'll still be better off going local.
Mowing in uniform. Right.
That's and everything.
Yeah, you're
Thank you. I think that
He does, he looks great, he looks great.
I think that technically was old business.
Oh, was it? Okay.
So we will officially move into new business now. Does anybody have anything?
Today, the police department, we had a good community outreach program. We basically for an hour and a half, we opened up our court. About 5 or 6 officers, including the chief, who was very supportive of it, came down. We played basketball, probably with about 20 kids from the neighborhood,
Nice.
and the chief gave out about 16, 20 basketballs, and we ate pizza.
Wow.
Just great fellowship with the kids.
Yeah, really.
Kids from all ages, and
They need that.
I even played 3 basketball games. So tomorrow,
You better.
you might see me. You might see me.
You better see room.
That's great. I wanted to invite the whole community to a community gathering, which is a post-rally celebration. A rally was held in support of no-cost shift from big industries to residential and small business consumers, and also that includes the government. We had a lot of people show up to that. It was a fantastic turnout, and Don, thank you for being there also. This is the follow-up meeting, which is happening Saturday, July 31st, from 3 to 5 p.m. It'll be at the First Presbyterian Church at 121 West 9th Street, Michigan City. And again, this will be hosted by the NAACP and also Indiana Beyond Coal. So
What was the date? August.
it's August.
You said July.
31st. Oh, I'm sorry, August 31st.
Okay, August 31st.
Saturday. Yeah, I have dyslexia, so my brain just does
All right.
weird August, okay. So everybody's invited, please come. Okay. Any other news business or announcements of events that are coming up?
Well, I guess this will go along new business. Every year, this past year, Ms. Gore and myself, we participated in a fair housing forum during the month of April. And we had some really good information, some good speakers. Our problem was getting a turnout. So I would like to gauge the commission's interest in getting behind a program, promoting and supporting a program for fair housing. We wanted to start working on it sometime immediately. And so Diane, I talked to Dan Granquist, and he has some valuable information that he likes to share with the community. So it's an opportunity for us to try to encourage some people to work toward home ownership and see what resources we have that can get some people that can assist them. I know we got Centier Bank moving here in town now, and they have a program where they may be able to help some people. So with that being said, we have Dan here, and Dan, would you like to share anything with us?
Oh, briefly, I'm Dan Granquist. I'm a business and real estate attorney in town. I was privileged to speak at the fair housing thing a year ago, I think, at the Housing Authority there. And we've had some town hall meetings with the NAACP, some evenings. So we've shared information about how people can buy homes other than just simply going to a bank and getting a loan. Because if they do that, they have to have a job, they have to have high enough credit score. So there's a number of factors there. So there's different ways, resourceful ways, creative ways that people can buy houses through seller financing, through rent to own, and different ways like this that we can get people into houses so that they have an ownership Wes Scully and I had been Alpha TV talking about the very same thing here, and how it's very important for our community to help people, encourage people to own their own homes. It provides stability, it provides excitement, it provides a certain, the American dream of just being able to get it. So I support what Carl is doing and the commission, and trying to encourage people to get their own homes and kind of help our community that way. And I provide some legal services to help that. I've also spoken with Nancy Smith, the director of the Promise Scholarship Program, and we had her at one of our NAACP meetings a year or more ago to share some of the qualifications. Of course, the students have to qualify through grade point average community service, but the family also needs to be homeowners in the city. So I've talked with Nancy, and I've offered my services free of charge to her for anybody that is needs some help to buy a home, and I'd be happy to work with them. So we have these services available. So if you know people, things like this, feel free to ask me any questions or see what we can do to help our community and help people get into their own homes. I've done that with some clients. I've done it with myself, trying to find ways to help people buy the homes. But there are people that don't want to buy. They're happy to rent and just pay the rent and take care of it. But if we can encourage more people to own it, we get more homeowners on the blocks, I think that will help our community as well too.
Yeah.
Any other questions or questions? Thank you.
I just like to thank you, because I think that's very important, because some people really don't have a clue. They think because they don't have a large down payment or any down payment, that they're immediately out of the running. So I commend you and I thank you.
I work with bank lenders, and there are actually grant programs where the state
Woo-hoo.
will provide funds for down payment.
Wow, I wish they did it
So
when I
there's
was
things
saving
like this.
money.
But again, like Carl said, trying to get the people out to come to the meetings to learn about it is the challenge. So if you can encourage people that, at the Fair Housing meeting or some of our other town forums with the NAACP, we've had people, we had the forums, and then we only have a handful of people that show up. We try to promote it, we try to put the message out there, the word out, but trying to get people to not be afraid of stepping forward and asking some questions and trying to learn about it. So we try to encourage that.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Really.
Appreciate the information. Having been a Having been a social worker and trying to do research, one of the things we found that was helpful was to go to where the people already meet, like at the churches and the barbershops and the beauty parlors and things like that. So maybe you don't do a whole lecture there, but you at least put out the bait so you get an interest there.
Good
So
ideas.
that would be something to try. Okay, we are now in our public comment period. This is public comment.
Yeah, public comment.
Okay.
Yeah, this is our vacation Bible school that we had last week or the week before at St. John's Church. We had like about 159 children from almost every church in the community.
Wow.
So
That's great.
we had a great time. It was fun.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay, I would like to ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Thank you. And we have adjourned at 5:14.
Just to remind people, next meeting, September 3rd, we did a good job. We have a quorum today. I don't know if that's the day after Labor Day or
It
not.
is.
Labor Day the 2nd, so
It is.
could be a problem, but that's Tuesday, so hopefully everybody will be back from vacation.
That's my birthday, so I will be accepting gifts.
Okay.
And I do want to thank the Finance Committee. They did a real nice job on the new, more detailed finance from Diana and Marty. I like it, so I like it a lot.